Hey guys, so today's video is going to be a Q&A video. I'm going to be answering your questions, so let's dive in. Okay, the first question comes from Mehdi, and Mehdi is saying, do you think that our environment helps us to be creative? And my shortest answer to you, Mehdi, is yes. Although there are some people who still live in remote areas and create the most amazing thing, I think most of us, the rest of us, need to be in environment that help us really to create and really deliver the best that we can. So basically the idea is you want to be surrounded by positive minded people who lift you up, people who help you grow and who support you throughout your journey in life, whether that's an entrepreneur or just a human being, So there is a saying that says you are the average of the 5 people that you hang out with. I'm not sure how much this is true, but definitely it's food for thought. So people around you have so much impact on you, whether consciously or unconsciously. And sometimes when I leave my comfort zone and I go to other groups of people and start hearing their conversations, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so glad I don't live in that type of environment, because they're always talking negative things and talking about people and gossiping, and I feel like this is definitely not for me. I'm so glad where I am. So yeah, environment is important. If you have toxic people in your life, then maybe you need to start filtering those people. You don't need people and friends who put you down or who discourage you. If you have toxic family members, which also can happen, then you don't want to cut out the relationship, for all. But what you want to do is maybe reduce the time that you spend with them, so that you still, relative, but you don't give them that opportunity to take over your brain and mind. Even if you have a strong personality, being in a negative environment can impact you in a way or another. Or if you think you're very strong, then it'll be a continuous struggle. In terms of the things around you, they do also have an impact on your creativity, whether it's the neighborhood you live in or the city you live in or the country you live in. I remember a few years back, I used to walk from my house to my office, and it was a 10-minute walk, but it was the most depressing walk ever, because I'd see trash in the streets, cats, and sometimes dead cats, and people chilling in the street super lazy. And I would go to my office at 8:30 so depressed, and this definitely didn't help me be creative, because I was like, oh my God, this is terrible. So what I did was change the way to go to my office. Rather than taking the shortcut, I would actually take another road and another street, which is further, but at least cleaner, nicer, and I would go to my office a little bit happier. So there are a few things that you can do in your daily life that can actually improve your life, if you commute on a daily basis and you find it very stressful and you get a lot of bad energy of it, maybe you want to listen to nice music that help you lift you up, or maybe you want to listen to an audiobook or a podcast on the road. So you find ways to make it a little bit better, a better experience for you. And thankfully we live in a world where social media exists, and you can get a lot of inspiration through other amazing people who are creating amazing things. So maybe online, I urge you to do that, but not too much, because if you consume a lot of information and a lot of content, then you don't really make the room for creativity, which comes into my next point, which is dedicate some time for free activity, coloring or arts or things that don't have anything to do with your business or your professional career. They don't have to have an immediate result, but they sort of develop your creativity, I would say, indirectly. Okay, my second question is from another Mehdi, this time Mehdi Nadir. And Mehdi is asking, how did you know that the project you choose is the ideal one for you? Did you ask people for feedback, or you just told to yourself, this is my thing. Now, Mehdi, one thing you need to know is that I've always been in communications, like ever since I was like 13. I started in communications very early, doing television and in journalism. So like having a communications agency today, it was just like a natural thing for me because I don't know anything else to do. Like this is like my only skill basically. So I didn't really give it a lot of thought. It came in naturally because companies would contact me, and at some point I had to set up a business because I couldn't run like as a freelancer because of some regulations. So I had to set up a company, but also I didn't like give it a huge amount of thinking because the overhead and the investment was very small, because it's like running consultancy, like you're selling just your time and your brain really. So there isn't like a huge equipment to buy or like a huge office space that you need. So yeah, for this project, I didn't ask anyone, I just went for it and it grew organically. For other projects that I have, I did ask people and I did survey them just to see whether the product and the service that I'm bringing is catering for a specific audience or not. This is like an important step in doing business, but these were not like businesses that I set out from a passion. It was like more a money making kind of like action. I wanted to set up a business to make money, but the communication agency is something that I love. It's my passion. So it really depends on you, Mehdi. Are you starting a business out of a passion, in which case you don't really need to like check with other people, just go for it? Or are you trying to like set a business just for the sake of money? And this is different because here the business wouldn't be about you, it would be about them. Then definitely you need to check with your potential audience, possibly like potential investors if you need them, but always check with them. With that said, it's not always a really good idea to follow people 100% because people, they don't give it as much thought as you would really. And sometimes like visionaries, they're not followed from the beginning. So if you have like an amazing idea, don't think that everybody's gonna follow you and be like, yeah, thumbs up, thumbs up. No, it doesn't work that way. They need to see you have proved yourself before they join you. So this is like the trickiest thing about business, is that you need to be a risk taker. So you don't need like the blessings of everyone to start, but if you feel it's the right thing, then you just do it. And even if it's not a success, you know you've done it and you've done it the way you wanted it. And that's, you know, that's what business is about. Like most entrepreneurs have failed many times before they found the business that helped them grow and be successful. All right, so the last question I'd like to address today comes from Ranjit, and Ranjit asked me in a private conversation, Safa, I understand everything about what you do, but I don't know how you're making money. So I thought I'd just include this question to today's Q&A because I think some of you may be interested. So I just want to make this clear. I mean, I don't make any money out of these videos or my blogs or my social media accounts. The money that I make comes from my communications agency and the services that I sell to corporations. And what we sell is really services in terms of event management, branding, PR, which is public relations, what else? Copywriting services and translation, and what else? Like website development and so on. So this is like the core business. This is what I spend most of my time on. Now the videos and the blogging are fun because I used to teach in the past and I sort of kind of like felt I'm missing it. So I like to share and contribute in my way to the world. So it's just a fun thing really. I'm not making any money of it. But my main business is the communication. All right, guys, I hope I answered all your questions. If you have more questions, let me know down below and I'll be happy to answer them. Also, please consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't done so already. Let's stay in touch on social media and I'll see you very soon. Bye.